Hello everyone, this is your friends at forrentpdx.com, and today we're talking about something that's absolutely crucial for anyone who owns rental property, having a rock-solid lease agreement. Whether you're a seasoned investor with dozens of units or just starting out with your first rental, the importance of a strong lease cannot be overstated. We're not just talking about a basic fill-in-the-blank template here. We're talking about a comprehensive, legally sound document that protects you, the landlord, and sets clear expectations for your tenants. A well-drafted lease is your first line of defense against potential problems, and it can save you thousands of dollars in legal fees and headaches down the road. Over the years, I've learned the hard way that a loosey-goosey approach to leases can really come back to bite you. That's why I'm passionate about making sure landlords understand the ins and outs of a strong lease agreement. So let's dive into the key reasons why you need to make sure your lease is rock solid. First and foremost, a well-drafted lease agreement is a legally binding contract. That means it protects both you and your tenant by clearly outlining the terms of the rental agreement. Think of it as your secret weapon in case a dispute ever arises. If you end up in court, a comprehensive lease can be the deciding factor in your favor. It's like having a prenuptial agreement for your rental property. It may not be the most romantic thing to think about, but it's essential for protecting yourself and your investment. Without a strong lease, you're leaving yourself vulnerable to legal battles and potential financial losses. With a rock-solid lease, you're setting clear boundaries and ensuring everyone is on the same page from day one. A solid lease agreement eliminates any ambiguity or guesswork when it comes to the rental terms and conditions. We're talking about everything from the rent amount and due date to late fees, payment methods, and the length of the lease. By clearly defining these details up front, you avoid misunderstandings and potential disputes with your tenants. Think of it like this. A detailed lease is like a detailed map. It lays out the entire journey for both you and your tenant, leaving no room for wrong turns or getting lost along the way. This clarity not only protects you, but also helps build a stronger landlord-tenant relationship based on transparency and trust. One of the biggest areas where disputes can arise between landlords and tenants is maintenance and repairs. A well-structured lease clearly outlines the responsibilities of both parties. Who's responsible for regular upkeep? What about emergency repairs versus minor fixes? By clearly defining these responsibilities, you avoid those frustrating he said, she said situations that can lead to costly conflicts. Remember, a well-maintained property benefits everyone. It keeps your tenants happy and protects your investment in the long run. Let's face it, accidents happen. But when it comes to your rental property, you want to make sure you're protected against significant damage that goes beyond normal wear and tear. That's where a strong lease agreement comes in. Your lease should include clear clauses that define property damage and outline the security deposit terms. How will the security deposit be used? Under what conditions can you make deductions? Having these details clearly spelled out in your lease ensures that you have financial recourse if a tenant causes damage to your property. Your lease agreement should clearly outline the rules regarding who can live in the rental unit and how they can use the property. This includes things like whether subletting is allowed the maximum number of occupants and policies on pets, smoking, and noise levels. Remember, you're not just renting out a property, you're providing a home for your tenants. By setting clear expectations about occupancy and property use, you create a safe and comfortable living environment for everyone while also protecting your investment. A well-crafted lease agreement can be an invaluable tool for tenant screening and ensuring compliance with the terms of the lease. By outlining tenant responsibilities, such as maintaining a clean and safe living space, abiding by HOA rules, and following city regulations, you set clear expectations from the start. A strong lease also reinforces lease enforcement mechanisms, ensuring tenants understand the consequences of violating the agreement. This clarity gives you, the landlord, a stronger legal standing when dealing with non-compliant tenants. Nobody wants to talk about evictions, but it's a reality that landlords sometimes face. A solid lease agreement should outline the legal grounds and procedures for eviction if it becomes necessary. By clearly defining the eviction clause and ensuring it complies with all state and local laws, you protect yourself from legal challenges and ensure a smoother eviction process if the unfortunate need arises. Remember, having a clear eviction process in place is not about being heartless. It's about protecting your investment and ensuring a safe and respectful environment for all your tenants. As real estate investors, we're always looking for ways to maximize our returns and protect our investments. A weak or poorly written lease can lead to significant financial losses, from unpaid rent and costly property damage to prolonged vacancies caused by tenant disputes. A strong lease agreement helps you avoid these financial pitfalls by clearly defining rent policies, penalties for late payments, and responsibilities for damages. It's about being proactive and protecting your bottom line. Navigating the world of landlord-tenant laws can feel like walking through a minefield. Every state and municipality has specific regulations governing rental agreements. A well-crafted lease ensures compliance with these laws by incorporating all the necessary disclosures, fair housing policies, and security deposit regulations. Remember, failing to adhere to local laws can result in hefty fines and legal battles that you definitely want to avoid. A well-drafted lease is your insurance policy against these risks. Believe it or not, a well-drafted lease agreement can actually help foster a more positive and respectful landlord-tenant relationship. By clearly outlining everyone's rights and obligations from the get-go, you create a foundation of transparency and trust. When tenants understand the terms of the lease and feel confident that you, the landlord, are operating fairly and legally, they're more likely to comply with the lease terms and treat your property with respect. Remember, a harmonious landlord-tenant relationship benefits everyone involved. So, there you have it. A solid lease agreement is not just a piece of paper. It's your shield, your roadmap, and your peace of mind. It protects your investment, ensures legal compliance, and helps create a smoother, more positive rental experience for both you and your tenants. If you're feeling overwhelmed by the thought of creating a rock-solid lease, don't worry. You don't have to go it alone. We're here to help. Contact Rent Portland Homes professionals today for a free consultation. We'll answer your questions, provide expert advice, and help you create a lease agreement that protects your interests and sets you up for success as a landlord. Give us a call at 503-646-9664 or visit our website at forrentpx.com. Your peace of mind is just a phone call away.